Welcome back to another episode of Look What Just Found. This is episode 792. And I know I have several new members. When I say new members, within the past few months, and I have not done one of these videos with one of these penny rolls, I think, since the new members came in. And this should be a little bit of a treat. If you've been watching, if you went through my old videos, then you've seen some of these. I got about $60, $70 or 100 to 150 of these penny rolls about 2 years ago when I first started the channel. And somebody brought them in. A family member brought it in. I think of this person who died. And some of them, most of them are all copper. So as opposed to the other penny rolls, like the Foxy penny rolls, where the person is a penny roll hunter, and then they separate the copper. This is from someone who, these penny rolls are old. They might be from pre 1982, and that's why they're all copper, not because someone separated the zinc from the copper. And look at this. Like I said, they're either all copper or mostly copper. And I try to do them. I was doing them like one a month, right? So if I had 70 of them, you're talking about years and years of doing one a month. But like I said, I haven't done one in a while. It's been at least 2 or 3 months. And this should be a real treat for all my members and subscribers and people who are new to the channel, because this is something you're just not going to see anymore, ever, 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 ever again. You're never going to see this again except on this channel. Look at this. Look at this. What a beauty. Oh my goodness. All right. So that's an MS. So I'm gonna separate them by condition. And obviously if we find any special ones, lesser known varieties, that's high AU condition right there. Another beauty. That might even be an MS62. It's just a little on the darker side. Look at this, man. This is crazy, man. You don't understand how rare a penny roll like this is. And I was just so lucky to be in the right place at the right time. Each one of these those golden pennies is worth about 50 cents. That's nice. That's a little nicer than the other one. So I got 4 different condition stacks so far. And if I get 10 of these, then those are to be the ones I do the short videos on. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, dazzling. All right, we want to look at that Liberty for extra thickness. You can see it's a little misaligned dyed in that area. Oh, look at the 7. Huh. All right, let me look at that under the loop real quick. I do not think that's extra thickness, even though it looks more like damage. Yeah, it's probably from the what's that called? Funny thing is, it's a little golder in color. From the crimp roll machine. It's probably from the crimp roll machine. All right, we got a little bit of a wire rim, the metal copper being pushed over the side. And one of the great things about finding a, I mean, even if you bought it, I guess it's okay. But the problem with buying it is, how do they know there's all copper in it, right? They know it because they search through it. So they're gonna say unsearched penny roll all copper. How the hell do you know it's all copper unless you search through it? So that's the problem with the all copper penny rolls from eBay or Macari or wherever, is that somebody searched. How do they know? No floating roof. They know because it was searched through. And that's okay. If you don't mind that, it's okay. But as long as you know it's searched through, even though it says unsearched or truly unsearched, it's not truly unsearched. So you have to know that. Don't get caught out there. You know, one of my missions is to educate the channel on stuff like that, you know? My members and subscribers. If you already know that, then you know you're doing better than most people are. Another beauty, man. That is, I think that's 5, right? Yep. I just noticed that about the rim there. Look at the different color on this one. Almost like a pink. Maybe it's just the light reflecting in a certain way. An all copper unsearched penny roll. Now, the interesting thing is, or the more interesting thing is that that almost looks like a proof. Just realized that. And is it the 67 that has the special mint strike? Or is it? It's one of those. I can't. Let me go to the Wikipedia thing and go to the 60s. I forgot which ones have special mint strikes. 65, 66, 67S. And it's the satin finish. I don't know. Whatever. Because I didn't know. And I remember going out and buying them, and the truly unsearched. And I noticed that it had like the steel coins, which you never find steel coins in unsearched penny rolls. And then they told then I when I started to read their description, like I would go back and read the description, and it would say 1 to 2 steel pennies in each roll. It's like, oh man, how are you gonna say it's unsearched and everything inside the penny is planted that you searched for? I mean, it's totally ridiculous. And that was a learning lesson. That's nice too. Lesson learned. Misaligned die. Now, the one thing I have to say is that I never find any wheat cents in here, which is kind of odd. If everything is so, that's the one thing. That's the one caveat with these rolls, is that did the person put separate the wheat cents from the rest of the pennies. And I would have to say they must have done that. They must have had separated the wheat cents from the other pennies. I find it almost impossible to have all these old pennies and not one wheat. There's not one wheat cent in all of them that I've searched through, and this is probably like row number 30 or 40 that I've searched through. I've searched through at least half, if not more than half, of those pennies. I think that's like 7 or 8 there. Yeah, these are just stupendous, man. I got a special tube just for those pennies. And even these will be my BUs. Even though they're not brilliant uncirculated, I just have to think of a name for the tube. Wow. Stunners, man. And again, I don't want to do these all the time either. I mean, I don't have enough to do them all the time. I probably have enough to do, one a week for a while, but then that would be it, and I like the variety. I like to have variety on the channel. I do not like doing the same thing every day on the channel unless it's something that's planned. Like, oh, I got these from the bank. I'm going to do this for the next week. That's okay, I guess. No floating roof. Nice tone on that one. Few more shinies. These are the types of pennies, if you find errors on, that the value jumps up, because of the condition. It's what people want, the natural condition of the coin. And it's what grades the highest, right? And grade/condition is what drives the market. I talk about it in a bunch of my videos. It's one of the reasons why defining the condition of a coin is like the number one priority in numismatics. You learn a lot about coin condition because that's what people will, the difference between one condition to the next is what determines the value of a coin. And they'll call up a numismatist for, let's say they're going to sell a coin. Somebody says, I want $50,000 for a coin, right? Well, the difference, and they say, oh, it's an M, they say it, right? They have it raw, right? First of all, you got a $50,000 coin. How come you didn't send it to get graded? So that's your first red flag there, right? And usually it'll be, oh, I found my grandmother's coins, BS. And that's like 1 in a million. So the 1 in a million person found the 1 in a million coin. So that's like 1 in what, a trillion? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. They give it to somebody and the person says, say you found this in your grandmother who passed away last year and you were looking through her stuff. Yeah, okay. BS, man. Okay? Because they know that the MS-62 is, let's say it's $50,000. but the MS58, the difference between an MS62 and an MS58 could be half. And if they can get someone to give them $50,000 instead of $25,000 for a coin, they're going to do it. And what some people will do is they'll, first of all, I won't even do that. Send it out to get graded. You can do it expedited, and it'll come back in a month. And even if it costs $300 or $400 on a 50, if you're saying it's worth 50,000, then spend $500 on getting it back on doing an expedited grading. They walk it straight through, and it goes there and back. And they'll even do the conservation on it and all kinds of other stuff, other things that they do, services that they do for the $500. So I would never. But anyway, that's why they have numismatists. So nice, man. What a great. And I think we have 10 of these beauties. Do we have 10? I feel like we have 10 here. I hope we have 10. It didn't look like 10, right? Because they were spread apart. That is 5. That's 10. We got found 12. It's really BU condition. But I put these as MS because I keep these as B. Anyway, it's just my stupid way of separating everything. But we got 10 of them. We got 12 of them. So maybe I'll do 12 videos today. This was a special video, and we got 12 beautiful pennies. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. This is something that, you hardly ever see anymore. Obviously, you can't get pennies anymore from the bank. Some people can, most people cannot anymore. Even if you have a business license, a lot of these places don't want to get pennies out anymore. I just ordered a box of pennies on eBay. I want what's that called? An auction. I think I got it for, I'll tell you right now, hold on. $80 shipped, sealed. That's what I got it for. $80 shipped. So you're talking about 3x, but a lot of people were asking $100, $150 for these for these. Now has the guy put the date on it and everything. I thought that was pretty cool. So I also ordered, I don't know, man, the 1917 is that the 1917S? Is that a what's that called? A not a variety. Hold on. Forgot what I was looking for. If it's one of those rare coins, low mintage coins, and this is the value of a 1917S in good condition, which is like right above a very good 8 is 2. I don't get it. Good is 3, but a very good is 2. That doesn't make any sense. Fine, right? So in fine condition, it's $3, and in good condition is $3. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. So a lot of these things don't make any sense. But somebody had them for $1, $1 a piece in this condition, and I think that's very good or good. So I bought all 5 of them for $1 a piece. I couldn't say no, man. I was looking them up. I think I found one anyway, and this person had it, and I saw him $1. I made him an offer for $1 a piece. He had them for $2. I sent him an offer for $1 a piece, and he sold all 5 of them to me, and it came out to $5 because since it's money, you don't pay tax on it, and that was including shipping. So is it coming today? Let me see. It's out for delivery, so it'll be here today. Oh, I didn't check the. Is that out for delivery too? Oh, I don't know what's up with it. It's stuck at the post office. Oh well. Hopefully it gets here one day. Sometimes they're so heavy that it breaks through the bag. They have to really, really pack them well, or they're gonna have problems. I got some marbles too at a really good price. Um, these are called those are called Peltier Muddies, and those are called Peltier Champion Juniors. But the Muddies are like $5 a piece, and I got all of them for $40. So I guess that's about what they're worth, right? Yeah, there's about 10 marbles there, $5 a piece. Well, they're a little bit more. These are in really, really, really nice condition. They might be about $5 to $10 each, and the colors are just beautiful on them. Picked up some coffee. Anyway, that's all I got. Don't forget, Jesus loves you, and I'll see you in the next one.